Today, I'm exposing 30 common lies women tell men and decoding what they actually mean. Trust me, a lot of you men are falling for these lies easily. If you're not yet subscribed here, please do that so that you don't miss any of my videos and leave a thumbs up. I can't say this enough. Women are big-time talkers, so stop listening to what they say and start looking at what they do. Actions are what you should be watching, not what comes out of her mouth. That's why sometimes people say, oh, you can never understand women. They say one thing and they do another thing. We will be saving the best tip for last, so be sure to watch to the end. Let us dive straight into today's video. Lie number 1, I'm not talking to anybody else, just you. Listen, 99% of the time, it's a lie, okay? When a woman is in her dating phase, when a woman is not in a committed relationship, you're not the only person she's talking to. Trust me, it's either that there's an ex that she is still communicating with, or there's just a friend who is hoping that things might turn around and they will start dating, or there are a couple of people in her DMs looking for her attention. So if she has not locked it in with you yet, and you've been asking her out for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and she's still telling you that you're the only one she's talking to, it's a lie. What she's trying to tell you is that she has not made up her mind yet about who she wants to commit to. Because if a woman finds you interesting, if a woman likes you, and she's not about games, and she's not trying to weigh her options, she's going to lock it in with you real quick. Especially a woman who's interested in a relationship, except she's not interested in a relationship, and she's just enjoying the chase. And if she's enjoying the chase, that means that other people are chasing her, right? So if a woman tells you, you're the only one I'm talking to, but she's still not committing to you, still not wanting to make it official to become your girlfriend, she's probably lying. She's talking to other people and just trying to decide the right person to commit to so she doesn't make a mistake. So don't listen to her when she says you're the only one she's talking to. If you really are the only one, she's going to agree to date you if you are her type. But if she's stringing you along, entertaining you, but not saying yes to being your girlfriend, she's lying. Lie number 2, he's just a friend. Listen, I've said this in one of my other videos. There's no guy who is just a friend. Women don't accommodate men that they don't like. They don't allow men that they don't like to stay around them. They don't enjoy talking, chatting, or spending time with men that they don't like. So, if they have this one friend that they say is just a friend, but they are always spending time with him and feeling happy around him, he's never really just a friend. He's either a backup plan waiting for the main relationship to end, or someone she can just jump into bed with if you mess up. I have seen a just a friend become a husband. I have a friend we went to college together with, and she's currently married to her. He's just a friend. She even told us back then that he was just a friend when we could clearly see she loved spending time with him while she was in a proper relationship. And guess what eventually happened? When that relationship crashed, who was the immediate person she started dating? He's just a friend. And they ended up getting married. So when a woman tells you that he's just a friend, he is never just a friend, especially if he looks like her type, her crush, or any of her exes. Sometimes you don't even know your woman's intentions. You might think he's not a threat, but if he looks like what she secretly likes, he's definitely not just a friend. In essence, when a woman says, he's just a friend, what she's trying to tell you is that he's your replacement. He's a backup plan in case you mess up. Lie number 3, I'm not ready for a relationship. Listen, this one is a half-truth. It's not really a lie, but it's not the truth either. When a woman says she's not ready for a relationship, sometimes what she's actually saying is, I'm not ready for a relationship with you. She's trying to tell you that you're not her best option currently, especially when you find out that she's still going on dates with other people. She's just letting you know she's not sure she wants to settle with you. So when a woman says, I'm not ready for a relationship, sometimes it's just you. It's you that she does not really like. It's not that she doesn't want a relationship at all. She just doesn't want one with you, especially when shortly after she tells you this, you find out she's dating somebody else. She was unavailable to you, not the other man. That's what she's trying to say. She's waiting for a better option, so stop falling for that. If she says she's not available, move on. Don't chase too much. A woman who likes you won't play games. She will commit quickly. Lie number 4, I have never done this before. If a girl tells you that, she's lying, especially when she's doing the very thing she claims she's never done. For example, you ask her for her number and she says, I don't usually do this, but still gives it to you. Or you just met her and had sex on the first date and she says, I don't usually do this. Bro, you're not special. She's done it before. She just doesn't want you to see her as experienced or spoiled. It's a trick to make you feel special. If she tells you, I don't usually do this, but actually doesn't do it, then maybe it's true. But if she's doing it while saying that line, it's a lie. She doesn't want you to judge her, so she hides behind, I don't usually do this. But her actions tell the real story. Don't believe it. Lie number 5, all my exes were toxic. That's not completely the truth. How come every single guy she dated before you was toxic? What does that say about her choices? I'm not saying she didn't have bad exes. Everyone has had a terrible ex. But if she claims all her exes were toxic, that's a red flag. It might actually mean she was the toxic one. Sometimes women call men toxic simply because those men set boundaries and refuse to be disrespected. So if she paints every ex as a villain while she's the saint, be careful, because one day she might put you in that same category. Number 6, I don't like money. Are you joking? There is no woman in the world that doesn't like money. Money equals comfort, and every woman wants comfort. Now, I'm not saying all women are gold diggers, but even if she says she doesn't care about money, what she means is that she doesn't only care about money. She still wants a man who is ambitious, stable, and able to provide comfort. So don't take her words literally. If she says she doesn't care about money and you stop spending on her, you will lose her. She does not care about you being a billionaire, but about you being stable and having ambition. Love is sweet, but when money enters, love is sweeter. That's just the truth. Line number 7, I just want a nice guy. When women say this, men often misunderstand. They think nice guy means a pushover, a yes man, someone who gives up his whole life to worship her. But that's not what women mean. A nice guy doesn't mean boring. It doesn't mean weak. It means a man who loves, respects, and cares for her, but also has his own life, confidence, boundaries, and charisma. If you think being a nice guy means doing everything for her and letting her control you, she's going to get bored and leave. Women don't want a pushover. They want a man who is both good and exciting, the so-called bad boy with good intentions towards her. So don't mistake nice for weak. Women want love, respect, and stability, but also excitement and masculinity. Lie number 8, I don't mind. Picture this. You ask a female, where do you want to eat, or what do you want to eat? And they reply, I don't mind. It seems simple, but sometimes I don't mind means the exact opposite. It's a subtle way to avoid conflict and keep harmony. For many women, saying, I don't mind is a polite shield shaped by societal expectations to be flexible, nurturing, and peacemakers. Speaking up too strongly might be seen as bossy or selfish, so this phrase often means, I have a preference, but I'm willing to wait and see if you notice it or if you both share the same taste. It softens the conversation and prevents anyone from feeling pressured. Psychologically, it's a form of deferred self-expression, waiting for the other person to show they care enough to ask again or guess what's really wanted. However, if a woman always says, I don't mind, her true desires may get buried, leading to frustration or resentment over time. It's a short-term fix that can cause long-term problems. Recognizing I don't mind as a possible mask for unspoken preferences is a step toward better communication and fairness in relationships. Everyone's voice deserves to be heard. Lie number 9, I don't regret anything. Now let's talk about regret. Everyone feels it, those little constant reminders that pop up in their mind that they try not to think about, and things we claim we would never want to happen or do again. When we think, maybe I should have done that differently. Yet, many women say, I don't regret anything. Why? Because admitting regret can feel like admitting weakness. It's like saying, I'm not perfect. And in a world that often celebrates strength and resilience, that can be scary. This lie is a kind of armor, a way to show confidence and keep moving forward. But here's the catch. Denying regret can also close the door to honest reflection and deeper connection. When partners share their regrets, it can build trust and understanding. So while I don't regret anything sounds brave, it might also hide a softer, more vulnerable truth. Lie number 10, I never think about my ex. Saying, I never think about my ex is a common claim, but memories, both sweet and sour, tend to linger. This lie is a shield against insecurity. Admitting to thinking about an ex might stir jealousy or doubt in a current partner. It's also a way to show closure, to prove that the past is truly behind us. Society loves the idea of moving on, so denying thoughts of an ex becomes a performance of healing. But this can create a false sense of security, preventing honest talks about past experiences that shape who they are today. In truth, thinking about an ex is normal. It's how they process and grow, but thinking too much about your ex can lead to the desire of being with them again. Lie number 11, I'm fine. Few phrases are as famously tricky as I'm fine. On the surface, it sounds calm and reassuring, but anyone who's heard it knows it often means the opposite. It's an emotional shield, a way to keep feelings tucked away until the time feels right to share them. For many women, saying I'm fine is about protecting themselves and others, avoiding arguments, not wanting to be a burden, or simply needing space. But this can lead to confusion. The listener takes the words at face value, missing the hidden distress. It's a delicate dance of communication, where I'm fine really means I'm not ready to talk yet, but I might later. And number 12, I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Here's a classic that sparked countless jokes. I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Rarely does that 5 minutes mean exactly 5 minutes. This isn't even about deception and more about optimism, poor time management, or maybe wishful thinking. Psychologists call this the planning fallacy, where they underestimate how long tasks will take. When a woman says 5 minutes, she might genuinely believe she's almost ready, even if there's still hair to fix, makeup to apply, shoes to find, and choosing the right thing to wear. It's a playful part of social life, a cultural joke about time and preparation. Partners who learn to translate 5 minutes into closer to 20 often save themselves a lot of frustration. So this lie isn't about trickery, it's about the chaos. Lie number 13, I don't wear makeup. Many women say they don't wear makeup, even when they're sporting subtle touches like tinted moisturizer or mascara. Why? Because society loves the idea of effortless beauty, but can be quick to judge those who wear makeup as being high maintenance or having low self-esteem. Claiming not to wear makeup is a way to signal confidence and natural charm, even if a little magic is happening behind the scenes. It's rarely harmful, but it can feed unrealistic ideas about beauty, making others think some people look flawless without any effort at all. I don't wear makeup is part of a broader cultural script that expects women to look polished, but pretend it comes naturally. It's not really about lying. It's about trying to live up to the unrealistic beauty standards of today's society. Lie number 14, I don't care about looks. Many women insist, I don't care about looks, it's personality that matters. While personality is undoubtedly important, physical attraction almost always plays some role. This lie reflects social desirability bias. Women want to appear deep, mature, and non-superficial. By downplaying the importance of looks, they present themselves as virtuous. It also helps soften rejection. If a woman does not find someone attractive, it is kinder to cite personality differences than to admit lack of physical appeal. This lie can create mismatched expectations. Pretending that looks don't matter may confuse partners, especially if attraction does play a role. The truth is a bit more complicated. Women do care about looks, but usually alongside things like personality, confidence, and charm. When someone says, I don't care about looks, it's often less about being completely honest and more about sounding humble. Lie number 15, I don't mind helping out. A niece needs babysitting. A coworker needs just one more favor. Groceries? Errands? No problem. The answer often comes quickly. I don't mind. But inside, she might be exhausted, stressed, tired, and even secretly resentful or unhappy. This isn't about laziness. It's about people-pleasing. Many women are raised to put others' needs first, to be the helpful one, the dependable one. Saying I don't mind keeps the peace and avoids conflict, but at a cost. Over time, those 3 words can lead to burnout, unspoken resentment, unfair dynamics, you being taken advantage of, or unnecessary burden. What looks like generosity can sometimes be quiet sacrifice, hidden behind a smile. Line number 16, I'm not mad. Ah yes, the classic. A slammed door, a heavy sigh, and when asked what's wrong, the quick reply comes, I'm not mad. But the truth is usually written all over her face. This lie isn't about denying feelings, it's about managing them. Anger, when spoken out loud, can feel risky. Maybe it'll start a fight. Maybe it'll make her look irrational. So instead of lighting a fire, she swallows the flame. Sometimes, I'm not mad is also a test. A way of seeing if her partner notices without being told, because noticing means caring. The danger, if taken literally, problems get buried, only to resurface later, and oftentimes bigger than before. Lie number 17, I'm not jealous. Here's a tricky one. When jealousy sparks, many women insist, I'm not jealous. But jealousy is as human as hunger. It happens whether it's about an ex, a friend, or even someone's shiny new success. So why the denial? 2 reasons. Pride and protection. Pride, because admitting jealousy can feel like admitting weakness. Protection, because showing it could make her seem controlling or insecure. But denying jealousy doesn't just make it disappear. It often sneaks back in the form of irritation or passive aggression. What looks like calm on the surface might actually be a storm waiting quietly beneath. Lie number 18, I don't need help. Imagine a woman juggling work, kids, family, and social life, all while smiling through it. If someone offers help, the reply often comes, I don't need help. On one level, it's about pride and independence. Many women want to prove they can handle it all, no assistance required. On another, it's about roles. For centuries, women have been expected to give care, not receive it. Accepting help can feel like failing that role, but the cost is heavy. Burnout, resentment, and missed chances for intimacy. Because sometimes, asking for help isn't weakness, it's an invitation for closeness. Lie number 19, I don't mind splitting the bill. Modern dating has changed the rules. Still, when the check arrives, many women say, I don't mind splitting the bill. But here's the catch. Sometimes they do mind. This lie is part politeness, part self-protection. No one wants to seem demanding or materialistic, but many still quietly hope a partner will offer to pay. It signals generosity and care. The problem? If her words are taken literally, she might feel disappointed, while he thinks everything's fine. This often leads to misunderstandings in the messy, confusing world of modern dating. Lie number 20, I'm over it. Heartbreak, betrayal, rejection. When the wound is fresh, the declaration often comes, "I'm over it." But deep down, she's not, at least not yet. This lie is a form of emotional armor. Saying "I'm over it" protects her pride, keeps away pity, and avoids those uncomfortable "are you okay" questions. Psychologists call this emotional denial, convincing yourself you've healed before you actually have. It can help save face, but it often slows real healing because the pain gets pushed down instead of worked through. Lie 21. I don't get insecure. Confidence is celebrated. Insecurity, not so much, which is why many women claim, "I don't get insecure." But insecurity is part of being human. Everyone has doubts about their looks, their career, and their worth. Denying it doesn't erase the feeling. It just hides it. This lie often comes from pressure to appear strong and unshakable. But by shutting the door on vulnerability, it also shuts out intimacy. Partners can sense insecurity, but without an invitation into that truth, they can't help connect or reassure. Ironically, saying "I don't get insecure" can make a woman seem strong on the outside while feeling fragile on the inside. Lie number 22. I never flirt. When a woman says, "I never flirt," she's not necessarily being dishonest. She may be drawing a line, setting boundaries, signaling values, and making it clear she wants to be taken seriously. This statement can be less about literal truth and more about identity. By claiming, "I never flirt," she's sending a message: "I'm genuine, I'm respectful. You don't need to worry about mixed signals with me." Of course, the reality is, most humans flirt in some way, even without meaning to. A smile, a laugh, a playful comment. But here, the lie is really a reassurance, a way of saying, "You can trust me." Lie number 23. I love you. Few words are as powerful or as risky as "I love you." When it's real, it can change a relationship forever. But when it's not, it's one of the most dangerous lies of all. Sometimes, women say "I love you," not out of genuine feeling, but as a way to keep peace, to hold on to a partner, or even to gain something they want. In the short term, it works, but in the long run, it leaves cracks of betrayal and mistrust that are hard to repair. True love grows from sincerity, not strategy. When the phrase is used as a tool instead of a truth, it turns what should be the deepest form of connection into something shallow and sometimes even manipulative. Lie number 24. Do what you want. This one sounds harmless, even generous. Do what you want. But here's the catch. Often, it doesn't mean freedom at all. Sometimes it's code for, "I want you to make the right choice, and I'll be upset if you don't." Other times, it's a shield against conflict, an indirect way to say, "I disagree, but I don't want to fight about it." When used playfully, it can mean trust. But when used as a mask, it creates confusion, guilt, and resentment. Most of the time, do what you want really means do what you want, as long as it's what I like. Lie number 25. You deserve better. This one sounds noble, almost selfless. You deserve better. But depending on the situation, it can carry very different meanings. Sometimes it's a genuine way of saying, "I care about you, and I don't think I'm what you need." Other times, it's a subtle form of manipulation. By suggesting the other person deserves better, a woman might stir guilt, obligation, or even coax someone to fight harder to stay. The words themselves sound caring, but the true weight lies in the intention, because this is also a way some female tell you indirectly she doesn't want you. Lie number 26. It's all right, I forgive you. Forgiveness on the surface looks like peace, but when someone says, "It's all right, I forgive you," without actually forgiving, it becomes a lie that simmers quietly beneath the surface. True forgiveness takes time. It means processing hurt, working through emotions, and then choosing to let go. Pretending to forgive too soon might keep things calm in the moment, but it leaves the wound unhealed, especially after cheating or when trust is broken. Trust is like glass. Once broken, it will never be the same again, and an unhealed wound always finds a way to reopen, sometimes in the middle of a fight, sometimes in silence, and sometimes in resentment that lingers in her mind for years. 27. This old thing, I've had it for ages. We've all heard this one, usually when someone compliments a brand new outfit. This old thing, I've had it forever. Why lie about this? Often, it's about avoiding questions. Questions about money, shopping habits, or whether a new purchase was really necessary. But there's also something deeper at play. The pressure to look beautiful without seeming vain and stylish, without seeming high maintenance, or trying to give the impression she takes care of her things. By pretending an item is old, the effort behind the appearance gets hidden. Most of the time, this lie is harmless, more about pride than deception. But repeated too often, it can leave partners feeling left out of financial decisions or wondering what else is being hidden. Lie number 28. I don't care about age. It sounds wonderfully progressive, doesn't it? Age doesn't matter to me. But in reality, age often does matter, at least a little. Compatibility, energy levels, life goals, and even health can all shift with age. So why deny it? Part of it is about looking open-minded. Another part is reassurance. Telling an older partner, "Don't worry, you're not too old," or telling a younger one, "It's fine, I don't mind the gap." It's not always a lie with bad intentions. It's often about comfort. But if ignored for too long, those differences can sneak up and cause problems later. Lie number 29. I'm not looking for anything serious. This one is common in early dating. A woman might say, "I'm not looking for anything serious," while secretly hoping it does turn into something real. It's a protective lie. Saying you want commitment can feel risky. What if he rejects you? What if he thinks you're too eager, too clingy? So instead, the shield goes up. But here's the danger. If the words are taken literally, the relationship stays casual. The very thing she's hoping for, serious connection, may never come because she said she didn't want it. It's a perfect example of how little lies meant to protect her can sometimes hold her back from the very thing she desires most. Lie number 30. Size doesn't matter. Many women downplay the importance of size to protect their partner's self-esteem, preserve intimacy, resist body shaming, and promote acceptance. For most, sexual satisfaction depends more on factors such as foreplay, emotional connection, communication, and technique, rather than on physical measurements. The truth is that everyone has their own preferences, shaped by past experiences and personal beliefs. But if a woman truly loves you, chances are she either doesn't care much about size or sees it as far less important than the bond she shares with you. At the end of the day, the key takeaway is this: don't just listen to what women say. Pay closer attention to their actions, because words can sometimes differ from what they truly feel or mean. I encourage you to re-watch this video so the message really sinks in. And when you start applying it in real life, you'll understand the value of this video. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment on your favorite lie women tell, or feel free to add to what was said. I'll see you in the next video.